My name is Susanna Albright, and I graduated from Allegheny Wesleyan College in 2011, and my degree is in piano with a major in piano and a minor in voice.
My name is Heidi Forsey. I graduated from Allegheny Wesleyan College in 2022 with a degree in music ministry, and my concentration was piano and my minor was voice.
My name is Hannah Tomic. I graduated from Allegheny Wesleyan College in 2018. I majored in music ministry. My major was piano and my minor was voice.
My name is Brooke Waters. I graduated in 2022 with a BA in music ministry.
My name is Brittany Graybill, and I graduated in 2018 with a degree in music ministry, and I actually did my major in piano and my minor was violin.
There's a lot of different ways that I'm currently using my degree, probably more than I thought I would have been while I was in college, but primarily I am a church pianist. I teach private lessons in piano and voice, violin. I've taught harp, flute, so different things like that. And I've done work with children, VBS stuff. I taught church choir, elementary choir, high school choir, lots of different areas like that.
If I had to choose one thing, I would choose voice lessons. It's difficult to pinpoint one area that has specifically helped me because I feel like everything that I learned here has benefited me, but specifically voice.
One skill I use from the music program piano would be the biggest one. There are multiple, but piano would be the biggest one as the majority of my students are piano students. And piano is the biggest thing I do for our church musically.
One of the skills I use regularly that I learned here at AWC is hymn playing. My service playing class was very beneficial in helping me in this area in my study.
So probably the biggest skill that comes to mind that I use almost every day is conducting, because I teach music, high school music classes.
In serving the church, when you're looking at it from a musical aspect, I find that one thing I learned while at Allegheny is that nothing we do is just simply for us. Everything that we do in ministry should be used to glorify God, and everything that we do in ministry can either elevate someone else's worship or distract from it. And so learning how to use your God-given gifts to encourage and uplift and inspire others is something that I really greatly appreciate.
So music here at Allegheny Wesleyan College prepared me in serving the church in regard to it's not a performance, and we know that. But in order to be able to effectively minister to people, we want to do our best to make our music ministry as precise as possible. And so that was one thing that was drilled into my mind was you make it precise, you make it clean, you make it accurate, and you're going to benefit others more effectively ministry-wise because they're going to be able to relax because you're more confident within your field and you're going to have more of an impact on them spiritually as well as a result.
Studying music at Allegheny Wesleyan College helped me to realize how much of a responsibility musicians have in the church. It's not just about how nice it sounds, how good we can do. It's more about setting the tone for worship and actually adding to the service to make worship the main theme of the service, to prepare for the message.
Part of my training at AWC has helped me to train others. One student I think of, I was able to help him with hymn playing, and he was able to play different songs in our church, which has been a very big blessing since we are a small congregation.
So studying at Allegheny Wesleyan College helped shape my approach in a very somewhat basic way. I was challenged to do everything with excellence and for the glory of God. After I graduated, I guess I always had some ideas of what I would be doing with my degree, and I haven't done a lot of what I thought I would be doing. Probably the thing that has surprised me the most is how much I have been working with children and singing, like the VBS programs, picking the songs, putting it all together. That was not something that I expected to be doing, but I find it to be very fulfilling, and I enjoy working with the children.
What surprised me most about how God has used my music degree since graduation is I came to Allegheny Wesleyan College with more of a mindset of music ministry and in regard to church setting and that type of thing. And then my junior year of college was when I felt God leading me more towards education. And so that's been a little bit of a plot twist, but I felt very prepared even though my undergraduate degree was not specifically education. I felt very prepared to make that transition to education because of the foundation that I received even within the music ministry degree.
Probably one of the most surprising ways things that surprised me the most about God using my music education since graduation is honestly how much I use it. When I came to college, it was just kind of like something we did for church. Yeah, we took lessons, but now, since graduation, it's more of just a daily life. Teaching, preparing for church, whatever, writing out music. It's just kind of a daily routine now.
Music has always been a part of my life, but one thing I've realized is how very important it is in our worship services. Quality, God-honoring music is beneficial to the listener, and it aids in our services.
So one of the most surprising ways that God has used my music since graduating is the fact that I'm conducting. I never saw myself as a conductor. I saw my dad do it, but that was never something on my radar. And it's been a really neat opportunity to minister for God in that avenue.
The advice I would have for parents or anyone who wants your children to be involved in music is get them involved in as much music and as early as possible. Get them those lessons, even if they don't necessarily act super interested. Get them the lessons. Have them sing with your family up front. Get them involved in helping with leading singing in children's services. And probably, I wish I had been able to do this myself, but the more basis you give them, the better foundation that you give them musically while they're young means that they can train in more specific areas when they get to somewhere like Bible college. They don't have to learn all the basics. They already have that, so they can focus on honing their skills and developing the areas that they want to learn in one more specific area and being able to better themselves more quickly.
I would say whether or not God leads your children into music ministry, I think that it is so important for children to attempt to learn an instrument, if nothing else, because it taps into their discipline, it taps into their critical thinking skills, and it just helps them to be so much more prepared for the world in general. And if they do go on and pursue music, that's wonderful. They'll be prepared all the way since they were a child. But regardless of if that's their focus or not, I think that there are so many valuable lessons that they will learn in learning music, such as discipline and critical thinking and problem solving and sticking with something. And I think that it's really a really valuable thing to learn.
Advice I would give parents who want to help their children be more prepared if the Lord would lead them into music ministry would be, number one, have them participate in church services. Get them to sing from the hymn books, pay attention, sing specials, and also get them in lessons. From a young age, get them lessons and be consistent with their practice. The practice is going to make a big difference, whether they like it or not.
Always play music for your children and expose them to music so that they will have an early understanding and hopefully an interest in learning music as they get older.
So if you are interested in helping your children prepare for the area of music, I would say take advantage of the things that are readily available to you. I'm sure your church has things like Christmas caroling, even just helping them to sing in church, maybe learn how to sing a part. There's all kinds of options that are just free and right there in your home church. Another way I would suggest is enrolling your student in private music lessons. This is a great way to prepare them musically, but also I think it's really important to teach them discipline because that's a major part of the Christian life, and the practice of learning an instrument will help them in that area as well.
Kind of reiterating what our whole goal is as Christians. Predominantly, we're here to win souls for Him, to make a difference in the world. And with music being the area that God has led me into, I think it's important to remember that we're not here for ourselves. We're not an island unto ourselves. Everything we do has an eternal consequence. And I'm so thankful that God has given me the ability to reach others through music. Music is universal. Everyone enjoys music. Everyone loves to listen to some style of music. And the more that we can reach out to others with that gift and help others understand that Jesus loves them is an amazing opportunity and something that is so important for us to remember.
In regard to sharing the gospel with others through music and the specific vocation that God has called me to, the world is so much bigger and so much broader than just me and my area, but God has called me to music, and I want to do my part to share the gospel and share music and be as diligent and disciplined about it as if I was the only person on the planet that knew the gospel and that had to share the gospel through music. And I want to do my part to be faithful through the avenue that He has gifted me in.
I guess I would describe a kingdom assignment through music. For me, as music is my kingdom assignment. I've never really felt like the Lord said to me, you're going to be a musician. But I always felt like I needed to be involved in ministry somewhere. And just through college, through the Lord leading over time, that's where I've ended up. And now I just kind of view it as it is my ministry, it is my calling. That's what the Lord has assigned for me.
Music can be used in a variety of ways to minister to others. A few settings I think of are in schools, churches, and private lessons. I believe God designed music as a way to bring glory to Him, and also we can use it to reach others for Him. I hope others will have this calling and desire to share their love of music with those around them.
So the way I would describe a kingdom assignment through music, there's actually two different ways. First is the obvious way, using your skills and your talents in the church. So playing the piano for church, leading a church choir, things like that. But secondly, I believe that God wants us to use our music to reach those around us. So this might be playing for someone's wedding or for a Christmas party, and it gives you an opportunity to get into people's lives and build relationships with them that can ultimately help you show them Christ.